scheduling channel. So if you guys wanted to follow along, you can. Yeah, I guess I can just start us out. So today I'm feeling really good. We had a really nice beach day yesterday, and so I'm ready for the week, and that was nice. And I'm going to bring up my praise. So I want to first off praise Griff, Willie, and Lauren for participating in the One Hive Spotlight video. It was so cool to watch that yesterday, and it's nice that the secret is out and to see what's going to happen with that. I want to praise Gray Machine for the work that he's doing on the Give video. We got a little demo and it looks really awesome. I want to praise MetaVerde for getting more involved in our community, bringing fresh ideas and joining in on the game time. That was really fun. I want to praise Mitch for always helping me behind the scenes to further my knowledge of how the database works, as well as email journeys and configurations. I want to praise Danny and Mia for their work on the terms and conditions, deciphering all the legal mumble jumble that goes along with that. I want to praise Lauren for being so on point with the Twitter this week. I saw so much action over there and everything with the giveaway, and that was really fun. I want to praise Amin and Mitch and Lauren for getting all the different aspects of the test economy kind of launched and prepared for us to start playing around with it. And I want to praise Mohammed, Ramin, Sharik, Monique for getting the Make Your Project Traceable Wizard live functioning, so now we can have more traceable projects. I want to praise Rodri for the new slide deck designs that we'll probably start using next week. And also Lauren and Mohammed for taking charge on the giveaway. That it was a lot of fun to participate in that, and hopefully we do more. And I definitely have more, but for time's sake, I will pass it to Mitch.
Thank you. This morning, I'm feeling frustrated for technical reasons, but I have some praise. So let's just throw that in there. First of all, I would like to praise Lauren for leading comms in the Give economy and always having such great calls. And I would like to praise Matteo for taking a break and enjoying life. Huge praise to Gabi and Fabri and Amin probably for troubleshooting the gardens and helping us deploy that thing finally. The test garden, I should say. Amin, Edu for their amazing smart contract wizardry. Monique for being a vocal and effective product manager. All the devs, so Ramin, Mohammed, Sharik, Amin, Carlos, Matteo for their amazing dev work. Griff for always just loving to dive into the data and running the numbers and always coming up with database solutions. And Marco, design implementations and generating new ways to implement our branding. And Ashley and Rodri for taking the Giveth email design past the finish line. And I'd like to praise Jean for presenting AirMeet last week. That was really cool. And I will give it to Rochelle.
Hi everyone, happy Sunday. I'm feeling great. I had a great weekend. And I'd like to praise Monique for having the time to discuss with me about project roadmaps and his concerns. And I'd like to praise Cherik for posting his role proposal in the forum, and Carlos for being responsive to my work agreement reminders. And I'll pass it to Mohammed.
Hey guys, I want to praise Amin for great code review and the tricks that he suggests. He never sacrifices the code quality, and it's great. I want to praise Carlos for contributing on code review in the backend pull request. I want to praise Ramin for his comments on my codes and great work and troubleshooting. I want to praise Mato for working amazing on Gives. Praise Monique, Lauren, and Mitch for attending to daily dev calls and facilitate tasks. I want to praise Ashley for answering our questions about verified projects. I want to praise Danny and Hannah for answering my questions about pan distribution. I would pass it to Griff.
Nice. Yeah, I'm feeling great today. I want to praise Gabby for all the great work that he did to push the gardens deployment and running scripts. I want to praise Lauren for nailing that home and managing and coordinating and in the end and trying to deploy the gardens 5 times. I want to praise Lauren also for the amazing Twitter work and managing the Rainbow Rolls giveaway and coordinating everything everywhere. I want to praise Monique for the amazing insight that he has and project management skills and bringing it every week with our weekly meetings. I also want to praise Mitch for pushing pulling the data solutions out is super cool. And I want to and making them all happen and documenting them in the various channels. I want to praise Hannah for pushing the GiveDrop solutions and getting all those spreadsheets in order and finding out where all these tokens are. And I can't praise Amin enough for putting in so many hours working on these complicated deployments. And I want to praise Rochelle also for doing all of the behind the scenes work on the buddy system and hiring and contracts and accounting and so much good stuff there. And I'll pass it to Monique.
Hello, happy Sunday. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm a little bit distracted with my son, but I have lots of praises. Praise for a great developer team, I love you guys. Praise Ramin, Charik, Mohammed, Amin, Mateo, Carlos, they work together to, have a smooth production and, development stuff with fine code reviewing and, vibes, positive vibes. Also, I love to praise Mitch and Lauren for being in our dev call, and trying to understand things, especially Mitch helping me to test and his contribution or front-end project everywhere he can. Praise Rochelle for being everywhere, trying to push everybody's for their contract and, have a great meeting with her, just listening to my naggings. And I want to praise Griff for always supporting me and, just drawing the future of our, work or mission. He always trying to have an insight over our, journey to have a better community and society. That's all for me. I would love to pass it to Mia, maybe.
Thank you. I'm feeling great today. Nice to be back. I praise Ashley for the Verified project onboarding meeting that we had and all the details and all the thinking that's gone into that. I praise Lauren for streamlining the meetings and her amazing ZenHub organization, learning a lot from that. And praising Griff for the nice boogie we had and hanging out. And I'll pass it to Parsley.
Hello. Okay, if it comes to praises, I want to praise Tommy. I don't think he's right now here, but I've been moving campaign. I've been putting out with him. So big praises to Tommy, who has been a huge help in my journey with Giveth and with pushing my campaign right now. And I pass it to Griff. I don't know if
yet. Griff already went.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
So Laura.
Yeah. Okay, I want to praise Ashley for onboarding the project verification team and holding down the whole verification and support processes, always responding to people in the Discord. I want to praise Mohammed for supporting on the Rainbow Rules giveaway. I want to praise Grade Machine for working on the Give timing cut thing. I want to praise Amin for working super hard on all of the smart contracts and like deploying the UEV3 pool. I want to praise Gabby for working really hard and deploying the gardens for us twice. Like he deployed a test garden and then another test garden because we're like, wait, change the params. Super helpful. I want to praise Mitch for the community project spotlight and all the documentation things that he did this week, plus also for creating the test RGiveDAO on XDAI so we can be testing the economy together. I want to praise Griff for supporting all of these testing things for the whole entire Give economy, answering a lot of questions from Amin and me and everybody, and also providing a lot of great feedback this week on Twitter things and the Give economy video. I want to praise, wait, this is like most of my praise. Yeah, I want to praise T. Wells for doing this awesome community project spotlight video, which he does everything for. He does the interviewing, he does like the editing, he does the shilling. Super cool. He's like a one-man machine there. I want to praise also Griff Willie for being part of that chat and conversation. And I want to praise all the people who retweeted us. I won't say all the names, but like retweeting and engaging with the Twitter this week. It's been really great to see a lot more people active with the Give with Twitter. And I want to praise Edu for supporting on the smart contract development, and Tarek for the front-end dev work, and then Ramin and Carlos and Mohammed and Mitch and Amin and Mateo for doing all the dev stuff, and Monique for being a great PM. That's all I got. Great. I think... Oh, everyone is gone. No, Hannah. Hannah. Pass it to Hannah.
Hello, good morning. Let's see. I am feeling pretty good, and I would like to praise Mohammed for reaching out about PAN payments process, and Danny for meeting with Mohammed with me. Praise Mateo for taking a vacation that is well deserved. Praise Mitch for walking me through and teaching me how to use the Nose is Safe and go over some TC rewards info. And praise Ashley for constantly doing project verification. Praise Lauren for managing Twitter and encouraging all the retweets, which I will be doing this week. And praise Griff for taking some time to meet with me and my friend Josh to discuss potential fiat off-ramp options. And that's my praise.
Still have a couple of people. I don't know. Ramin, or Jim. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll pass it to Ramin. Thanks.
Hi everyone. I want to praise Mateo for his lots of optimizations on IO. Also, I want to praise Mohammed for working hard on front end and back end of IO as a full stack developer. I want to praise Cherik for his great development on Give Economy and start code reviewing on IO. I want to praise Amin, Monique, and Carlos for being a great dev team and working hard for Give. I want to praise Lauren and Mitch for testing issues and help on lots of stuff and being everywhere and on our daily meetings. And also I want to praise Freshel for working hard on contracts, and I feel everything is organized now. Thank you. I pass it to Amin.
I think you're muted.
Oh, yeah.
There you are.
Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. I feel a little tired. Not a little, I had to work weekend. But it's good. We had we have good achievements. Of course, we need some blockers to fix yet. Yeah. I want to praise Griff because he's always supportive. And he's on for helping me when I'm blocked or anything. I want to praise Mitch because he's everywhere. Documentation, coding, it's incredible. I want to praise Mohammed, Ramin, Monique, and Matthew and Carlos because they are unstoppable and. And help each other is a great teamwork. Thank you. And unfortunately, I'm not aware of more activities. I want to praise Hannah for the PAN payment activity. This is PAN payment session, and also Freshler for his following up for the contracts. That's it. Is there anyone missed?
Yeah, I think Jim didn't get a chance.
Yeah, I passed it on to Jim. Welcome, Jim.
Oh, we can't hear you.
I think you're muted. Yeah.
I can see the mute going on and off, but I don't hear anything. Maybe if you go to user settings under audio, you can change it there. Sometimes. Yeah, they're still not coming through. Okay, well, maybe we can come back to it if you get it figured out. So I guess moving on to the next part of the call, we have the slide for announcements. And I don't know, there's just the same one from last week where it's like join the games party every Thursday that we have in Discord that Mitch hosts. It's always a lot of fun. And I don't know, I just want to open it up if anybody else has announcements that they wanted to make.
I've got some questions on how to move forward the campaign. I'm sorry, Jim. I want to push an update and start using the funds to buy the materials for the people, because I think we've reached the point where I don't see more donations coming for a long time, and the materials are needed. So I wanted to kind of being handheld through the process to make everything as transparent as I can, and to ensure everyone that this is like super legit and not have any kind of issues. So I see the project is verified to know if like I can go for a small PR push, see if we can get some more donations, and then just send the money. People are waiting for it, and I think I have the process quite oiled to make it work efficiently. So if I could get someone in my DMs to help me coordinate the last part of the project, that would be awesome. People are super willing, and I think like all the community with which I'm working, it's so aligned with all the crypto, like not crypto in general, but with Giveth ideas in general. So I also wanted to try to create some kind of connection between them and Giveth. So yeah, they know that if something happens, they can come here and reach out for a bit of help.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds awesome. And I think like I would be more than willing to help you figure that out. We just implemented some ways to make your project even more traceable and things like that. And if I remember it, your project's already verified. So I don't know. I have time after this call. I can sit with you and we can go over that if you want to do that then.
Of course, that would be amazing. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody else have anything that they wanted to announce? You're muted, Griff. No? Okay.
I was just saying Mambo's looking good.
Yeah. So I think before we get into like working group updates, I just kind of wanted to ask you guys how you feel about the new call flow and the slide deck and how things are moving this way. Do we want to continue as we did last week, this week, or do we want to maybe change the order of things or change how things are going? Just like to collect some feedback on what the community thinks.
I would say we should run it a couple more times and see if there's any glaring things. But I feel like just the flow and like less conversation and more just like rapid updates feels a lot more useful to me. So I like this.
I generally like it too. I feel like we, or at least I forgot to update my slides until during this call. So I don't know if that happened to anyone else, but like making sure to remember that it's like, oh yeah, this call on Sunday, you're responsible for a slide, or who is responsible for these slides, But I think that's more of my own issue.
Okay. I can also try to maybe like put it in Saturday evening or something before Sunday, so it's not so last minute. You have all the research.
I think it's just a habit. Once it's in a habit, I never forget to do the TEC slide.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go into working group updates then. I guess, as we said before, this is kind of to make it more open to the community and kind of like welcoming. So I put in slides for each circle and kind of like the working groups that are beneath them, as well as the mission. So the community circle consists of communications working group as well as community support working group. And the mission is to be the living and breathing core of Giveth, an ecosystem of collective support, abundance, and communication where we cultivate relationships and assist innovative projects. And so then the first one we'll do updates for is communications. So I'll pass it to Lauren.
Maybe I'll just share my screen too, and I'll share the slides. But then I put links in the slides. Or I'll do it. I'll share it, and then I'll click the links. Awesome. Cool. Wait, are you seeing my screen? I'll just take it to see this. Great. Okay, great. Well, we got the Rainbow Rolls giveaway was closed. So we had 2 top donors, actually, which was super fun. So Rainbow Rolls actually donated a second roll. So yeah, the winners were Christopher Lund and Ben West, and they donated to the Bloom Project and to the development Farsi speaking women's solidity development course. So if you wanted to share about that, we have this like great tweet thread about it, and these are the cute roles that they won, this pirate looking one and this extremely cute one. Also exciting this week is we have the community project spotlight out that Mitch had written. So it's up on Medium, and it's like featuring 6 different projects on the DAP. There's a tweet about it. So share that or go and check out the Medium post to learn about some of the awesome projects. We have Indigenous culture in Brazil, open source software, African entrepreneurship, meme culture, Black artists, and permaculture. So it's like quite a diverse, awesome community project spotlight. We also have, as Ashley and other people have mentioned, we have this One Hive spotlight that T. Wells put together, which I think is super cool. They used like some of the design elements from the Figma. And so it shows a little bit about givebacks and the give stream. And it's like a really nice overview of the economy. And it's like a really nice shill video. So I think it's like a really nice thing to share all around for comms. Yeah. Also on the forum, we've got Tau voting and conviction voting explainers up there. Mitch and I just created those. So if you want to learn more about, like, we're doing all this like parameterization for the give economy and picking give garden params. And if you're not familiar with the voting mechanisms, take a look at those forum posts and just like give a read through, and you can like make comments and ask questions or whatever. Also on the documentation, we have the Trace onboarding documentation and the Giveth.io interview. So Mitch had put those up this week, and so the documentation is looking really nice. Yeah, other than that, we're just still hacking along on Give Economy documentation and closing out some emailed issues that we have still floating around. But yeah, that's what's new and exciting in comms. So I'll pass it back to Ashley.
Thanks, Lauren. Yeah, I got to see that video, and it was really neat to watch that and hear everybody talk and be featured on the One Hive TV. The next community supporting group, which we don't have a weekly sync at this point, but we have new team members now. So we had an onboarding session for new team members, and so we've got more people contributing to project verification as well as like support and stuff. Currently, we're working to do like a Meet the Makers event through AirMeet, which is the platform that we looked at last week with John. And this week coming up, we will be adding like working group roles in Discord. So I'm going to put a self-assigned role channel, and we can go in and you can keep up to date with, you know, instead of pinging every individual person, we can just ping the working group that way. So if you want to be kept up to date with the different things, you can self-assign those roles, and I'll let you guys know when that's ready to go. I assume it'll just be like it'll be like a bot with you react with an emoji, and then you get that role. And so that's pretty much it for us this week. And so moving on, we have the platform circle, and the platform circle consists of development working group and design working group. And I think we also now have a slide in here for the Give Economy working group. And the mission is to empower our contributors with the knowledge and resources to build and maintain platforms that bridge communities, meet user needs, and advance blockchain technology. So first up, we have development working group. So I'll pass it to Amin to give the updates here.
Can I pass it to Monique to give the update?
Sure.
Yeah, Monique can, because this week I was totally busy with the token stuff, and Monique is more, informed, more informed. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
Monique,
you.
please.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Amin. And this week we have a version for Trace. We did lots of developed, major changes. One of them is, the archiving pattern. I put it on that slide, the first step, actually. Trace version 1.3.1 is live. It includes archiving, make project traceable, switching network from the app, and also, some better views of tables and, removing lots of dependencies, and also having a better, fixing some bugs. And also from the iOS side, we finished the front end of Transact from Mateo. It's still in code review. Transact is almost finished, but some sides from the backend is still there. We aim to finish it 2 or 3 days from now, and make it ready for test. Also, we changed the CI/CD routines on I/O, and great for work from the Ramin on Onboard.js. It's on staging. You can see it. Please go to staging of the GiveUs and see the changes. It's the login and logout is totally synced with the Onboard.js and wallet stuff there. And the great work and huge work from Mohammed's side is the transaction verification. That is be useful also from the gift drop. It has some still things has to be edited right now, but it's a great push from this week from Mohammed. Thank you. And about the give economy, I just have these 2 items deployed first complete, not bug-free version of smart contracts, including Garden, Uniswap, farming, Argive support. And it's just from the admin side. I don't know exactly where is it, but yeah. And huge improvement on Give Economy front-end implementation. That's it. Thank you.
That's awesome. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so excited about the Make Your Project Traceable Wizard. I'm really excited to have traceable projects on the DApp coming up. So thank you. So I think we have a Give Economy working group slide next. So, and I know Lauren has a pretty good overview of a lot of the updates there. So even if you miss some in yours, she can cover them here. So I'll pass it to her to do the next Give Economy.
Okay, yeah, awesome. Well, that's cool. I didn't get to check in with Amin, but it's really cool that we have everything working now. I just found this out just now. So everything's working for testing on XDAI, which is great. So I'll sync up with you, Amin, after this. But I think there's also going to be a smart contract review coming up this week. We already went over these development things, so I'll just skip through them. I think Cherik is also then now working on the front-end implementation of the Give farm. With the design stuff, the Givebacks and the GiveStream. Givebacks is basically done. GiveStream has a few more updates. I just need to get in touch with Marco and Mo again. I checked it out today. It looks kind of done, but almost done, almost there. And we finished these forum proposals for the initial supply of the Give token is 1 billion. Everybody voted. We said yes, so we have 1 billion Give as our initial supply. And also the distribution of Give tokens to each of the different pools, each of the different areas has also been voted on and finalized. Still outstanding in the forum, we have this Give Garden params chart, table that's there. It's a spreadsheet, and there's a little bit of explanation of the params that Griff, Mitch, and I chose with a little bit of feedback in the forum so far. But if you still haven't checked it out, take a look and make any comments. But this week we're going to be doing testing with the Give Garden, then we can get a little bit better of an idea if we want to change any of those parameters. And there's also still this outstanding forum post on like putting a word somewhere in the token address. Danny made some great comments, but it's still there in case you're feeling like inspired or creative and want to do something sort of fun, but still related to work. Yeah, that's all I have. So I'll pass it back to Ashley.
Thanks, Lauren. Yeah, that's really excited. I can't wait to start testing everything all together and to see how it goes. It's going to be really fun. Okay, so we have next design working group, and I don't see Marco here. And I'm pretty sure that these updates are the same from last week. So I guess, I don't know, unless anybody else has new stuff to add from the design aspect, then maybe we just move on to the governance circle.
Somebody. I was just going to say we have these. We have the new emails. So Rodri works super hard on those, and Ashley is plugging them in, and they look super awesome and fantastic and very custom. So yeah, that's an exciting new design thing.
Cool. Yeah.
I don't know if Monique, you had more?
I think Lauren had some updates that I'd love to hear from the design. Yeah.
Well, the only other thing that I know that design is working on that I didn't already just talk about is the donation flow. I think they're almost finished now, and like they were working also on the homepage and just like the site redesign. But I really am hoping to create I want to have more communication with the design team. So I'm gonna try to set up a weekly sync at least or something with Marco. But yeah.
Wow! Thank you. Great.
Yeah, cool. Keep us posted. Okay, so let's move on to the governance circle. The governance circle consists of the governance working group and the DAO working group, and the mission is to progressively decentralize the Giveth decision-making process by building a community and a token-based economy around our platform that recognizes contributions, values participation, and rewards altruism. And first up, we have governance working group, so I'll pass it to Griff.
Yeah. And so the big stuff this week is there's our first thank you, major praise to Hannah for putting together the doodle for our first contributor rewards process, which will happen on Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. Costa Rica time, 7:30 in Dubai. So thank you guys for coordinating on that. Just another reminder that this is the best time to take vacation before the launch so that you're refreshed. Are you jealous of Mateo right now, hanging out in Mexico, having the time of his life? Okay, well, if you feel pings of jealousy, go take a vacation. Take it. And then also, Amin's taking him up on that. He's going to take some vacation. Be like Amin. Be like Mateo. Consider it. Also, there's all these awesome things on the forum. Major praise to Mitch for the Tau voting post. Major praise to Lauren for the conviction voting post. These are our governance methods coming up for the community. So if you want to learn more about how those work, hang out on the forum. It was already mentioned, the Give Garden parameters post and the 1 billion give is super cool. And also we have the ability to add hex into our address. Danny's been coming up with all sorts of cool ideas for the DAO and how to add hex numbers make them into words so that we can have a really cool token address. So hit that forum post and add your own ideas. And also, there's so many role proposals. Major praise to Frashell for coordinating everybody to get them together and make that happen. Feel free to go in there and see what everyone's working on and get a better understanding of. They all make some really cool insight. I love Cherek's post. He's been coding since before he had internet. It's there's all sorts of really cool insight into the people that we live and breathe Giveth with. So dive into there. And if you want to get deeper into the other big announcement on governance side is that if you want to get deeper into the parameters, the TEC is running param parties this week. They're not scheduled yet. They'll be scheduled later today, and they'll be up on the TEC calendar. So definitely consider coming to a param party so that if you want to have some better insight on why we're picking these different parameters for Tau voting and conviction voting. And with that, I'll pass it to the DAO working group. I don't know who's taking it.
Yeah, I got it.
Nice.
There's an empty slide. Okay, so a couple things there. We have the distribution coming up. So we've got some new members that we'll be adding some Argive tokens for. There's a nice mysterious proposal on the Argive DAO for 1,001 Argive. No idea who the address is. Apparently they're getting a give drop. So somebody, but there's no name on it. So anyway, check that out. I would recommend probably voting no for it, but up to you. Apart from that, there was things already mentioned for the advice process. One exceptional thing was that we've reignited the discussion for listed, unlisted. So if you want to have a look at some of those comments, just follow the link there in the slide. And I think Danny is working on this here, when to create a vote for the DAO. So that's it for me. I'll probably have more information for that Q3 distribution later today. And I will pass it back to Ashley.
Right. Well, that concludes all the working group updates. And we didn't have anything scheduled this week for like the community spotlight. So I don't know if we have a way that we want to use this time, if we want to open it up for a discussion about something, or if anybody else has ideas they want to present. Maybe Jim has audio now and could do his check-in, and if he had anything to add. Yeah, I
Can't
can
hear
see it.
Jim.
Can't hear you. Oh, man. And I guess if anybody has a... Go ahead.
Okay, I just have a question, I guess. I hope it's not a very big question, but I just mentioned the Q3 distribution. We have lots of new people that totally deserve to get some Argive. And we've got this new method with the Fibonacci sequence and the new implementation. Maybe this is a good one because Griff's in the room, but how do we proceed? Do we spin up a new Argive and just keep these totals on the side until we're ready to implement them?
I mean, whatever floats your boat, but I think the easiest thing is to spin up a new Argive.
Mm-hmm. And so then that Argive that I just made on XDAI, we would just make a copy of that, assuming everything works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then we'll put up a proposal for new contributors and updated distributions. I know some people have dropped off since then. So I'll spin that up and we can talk about it tomorrow in governance.
You're a hero. Thanks, Mitch.
Perfect. Yeah, and the only thing I was gonna say is I don't know if any of you guys know collaborators that would like to come and be part of our community spotlight, or if you have ideas for, in the future what we can kind of put here in this section of our call if we don't have anybody that's interested in presenting something, or what do we do at this time? We've made this time for the community, but then it seems like sometimes we don't really have anything to fill this space. So if you guys have any ideas of people to invite or something to spotlight in this time, let me know and I can reach out to people.
Since we have a few minutes now, maybe, I don't know if Mitch wants, I don't know, I'm just nominating you, Mitch, but if you wanted to maybe present the dashboard, because we actually have a lot of people in Giveth who are in this call who are TEC hatchers, but aren't too involved in the TEC. And since we have Param's parties coming up this week, I think it would be great to tell people about it.
Yeah, I can spotlight the dashboard on the fly.
Yeah, that's the spirit. This is relevant to all you people who got TEC tokens, TCH tokens.
So I don't know if this is the first. I'm assuming everyone can see my screen. Good. So I don't know how many of you this is the first time looking at this thing, but we started this a couple months ago. And so this basically lets you design your own commons or your own DAO if you have. And so this is a little bit of TEC trivia, the hatch, commons, upgrade, launch, if you're not familiar with that. But let's jump into the juice of it, we basically have 4 different modules that comprise what we call a commons. And so a lot of them are related to like the economy and the governance architecture. And if you guys want to get into the intro there's a couple more things. Sorry, these buttons are tiny. We've got some great learn modules here that teach you basically every single component of these commons. So similar to Give in a way, we're going to have something called the token freeze and the token thaw, which is basically vesting for hatchers or for early investors and builders, I guess you could say. And so people who are using the dashboard are able to set these 2 parameters and as well as the opening price for the token at launch. The second one is the augmented bonding curve, which is the real economic engine. You could read more about it here. It's a lot of stuff to take in, but we have everything well explained with a bunch of forum posts as well in there that'll take you to the TEC forum. After that, this is DAO voting, right? So this is very relevant for Giveth. And you guys can go through this. We kind of just break everything down similar to what's written on the Giveth forum already. Tons of links there. Literally every single parameter has like an in-depth forum post. So like if you want to go down the rabbit hole, like click all the links, read everything, like it's all there and it's been super well documented. Same thing with conviction voting. Like Lauren's been going overtime on documenting all this stuff a couple of months ago, and she did a really good job of getting all these forum posts with really in-depth explanations for each parameter. So like in terms of what we're doing with Giveth, like this stuff is very pertinent. So DAO voting, conviction voting, like if you want to just really get in there and understand it, like I would highly recommend visiting this. So this is all the information. And then we probably want to jump into the fun part, which is actually deciding the parameters and designing a commons. So we've built all of these great tools here. So you can see this is the token freeze and the token thaw. So this is the first module that I mentioned, which is essentially Hatcher vesting. You're able to set the opening price of the token. So at the launch of the DAO or the commons, you can set the opening price. You can set how long you want them to be held at 100%. And then you can set the rate at which they unlock. So kind of the similar mechanic as the give stream, I guess you could say. Moving on from that, this is the augmented bonding curve tool. So this is like, this is the real deal. So if you want to play around and set your own bonding curve and see how things react with it, there's a bunch of different parameters here that you can use. Entry tribute, exit tribute. You can set steps to simulate what would happen if you're making buys or sells on this economic tool. It's really, really cool. And we have the Brazilian ninjas in the background who developed all this. So I don't know, Vitor, Fabio, Pedro, Nugin. I don't know if you know any of those guys, but we put a lot of work into this thing. And this is DAO voting. So this is exactly what we're going to be using for Giveth. So this is really cool stuff. You might recognize some of this stuff from the Aragon DAO, like support required, quorum, vote duration. But then we have some new things like delegated voting and quiet ending and, all these new little mechanics just to make it more fun and interesting and hopefully more holistic. So you can play around with this tool. It's all reactive. And so you can play with it, and then the chart updates with whoever you change it. And then this is the conviction voting. So this is going to be in the gardens. So when people are requesting funds from the gardens, these are the parameters, these are the thresholds that we can set that dictates how hard or how easy it is for people to successfully request funds from our common pool, which is going to be the gardens pool where it holds mostly Give, I believe. I'm looking for a nod from Griff. Yes, okay. Griff is nodding, so yes, I'm right. So yeah, you can check this stuff out. You can play around with all the parameters and it'll react to whoever you set it. And basically in the context of the TEC, when you're making a proposal, this is just the final page that can summarize it. And then normally how this is going to work is that we're going to have like a sort of like a voting process. So everybody is like making proposals and then iterating on them. They're like, oh, I like that one, you know, a lot, but like the support required was a little bit too low for me. So like you can fork it and you can make a better one or a different one. And then we submit these all to the community. The community votes on it. We ratify the winner, and then that becomes the actual parameters for the Token Engineering Commons. So that's the tool. Like we've been working on this for like, I don't know, 4 months now. You know, Marco doing the initial wireframes and me and Griff like bouncing around graph ideas, and then Lauren, you know, getting in there and like, you know, optimizing the text and doing voice recordings, and like it's been a big effort, and like this is the home stretch, and I'm really happy that we have this tool that we can present to not only the TEC but to other communities like Giveth. So yeah, you can follow this link here. I can drop it into the community channel. Do we have a community channel?
Give Economy, maybe. I don't know.
We'll drop it into Give Economy, and you guys can like play around with it if you want.
Yeah, amazing, great presentation, Mitch. I want to add a couple of shills on top. This is really going to design a $1.5 million economy. Like, this is the first time ever that an economy has been designed collectively by a community. This never existed. There's always in the background some smart people that get to say how the economy works, right? Like there's the Federal Reserve chair boards and, you know, blah, blah, blah. This is how interest rates, or even Vitalik, did we vote on 32 Ether as a staking requirement for Ethereum? You know? But this is the first time ever that a community will collectively and iteratively collaborate to design their own economy. It's really cool and really fun. It's like political debates over these parameters, basically. I mean, these param parties, they'll get scheduled in they'll be scheduled and announced tomorrow. But they'll be happening for the next 3 weeks. And they're just really fun, honestly. And you feel really smart after you start playing around with this thing and you design an economy, and, you know, you can fork other people's economies and just make a couple of changes and then present it, you know, and say why you like this one, but you wanted to change these couple of things to make it a little bit better. And then that will keep happening for several weeks until we end up voting on the best of the best. So it'll be really fun. You should come and join the TEC Discord. That's the first step. Maybe the first step is following TE Commons on Twitter, and then which is at TECMMS, like Commons without vowels and double letters. Commons, make it short. And then keep an eye out for these param parties, because it's going to be really cool. It is really cool. And we did it. This is our second run at it, because we already designed the hatch, which raised the $1.5 million collectively and iteratively. So it'll be really fun this time. Yeah, but I think that's it.
Mitch, that was so much fun. Yeah, also, I really wanted to share this with all you guys, because, like, these, like Mick said and Griff said, and I'm just gonna emphasize it again, it's like the Tau voting and the conviction voting stuff, that's stuff we're using in Giveth too. So if you want to like also help like design how we're creating our economy right now, and like maybe put some input in that forum proposal, this is like coming to params parties is like a great way to learn a little bit more about those voting mechanisms. Yeah, it's just a great way to learn about it in general. Plus, I know a lot of you have like our stakeholders in the TEC, so it's like you could actually be part of the economy that you're already part of. You can develop the economy that you're already part of. So cool.
Yeah. And you know, like Mitch is showing this Tau voting, you know, when we all get around and we talk about things and we share ideas, like Mitch was like, you know, delegated voting period should have at least 3 days to check on your delegates. And, you know, that idea has rippled through, and now almost all the proposals are considering that idea, you know, and these more ideas, when you have a lot of people talking about it, more ideas kind of pop in, and we all get to understand everything better, you know. So it's really cool, and it's an eclectic mix of like normal people that don't have a clue what's going on, and then the like token engineering geniuses, that think they know what's going on when really none of us do. So we're all on equal footing here, and I just can't recommend coming to the parties enough. I don't know. Mitch, any last words, or should we call it?
I'm happy to call it. Follow the link. There's like lots of information. So if you're curious, just like click all the things. But yeah, other than that, I always want to show games on Thursday. So to my games, they make me feel good.
It's so much fun. Well, this all seems kind of technical, but it's really cool that it was put in such like a simplified kind of like dashboard like this, and it seems like it makes all the technicalities a little bit easier to understand. I guess one question I have as far as you were talking, a lot of us hold TECH tokens, and so I'm just curious, those TECH tokens will be used to vote on the proposals that people make with this dashboard, right?
Exactly. And then all those TCH, so if you have TCH tokens, then you can vote. If you don't have TCH tokens, you can propose. You can propose parameters, you just won't be able to vote on them. If you have TCH tokens, then you can vote on token log, and your TCH tokens will turn into TEC tokens at the end. So you bought TECH tokens for $1, but you get to decide how much, like Mitch has it that the TEC price for everyone who comes in later is at $3 right now, the opening price. So, you get to decide what that is. It's wild.
So basically you just go into the dashboard, make a proposal, bring it to the params parties, like talk about it, present it, and then the voting happens when?
It happens actually right now. It's already open, but it's better to vote later when there's more proposals out. So, and also you can even come to a param party and just start designing it during the party. You don't have to. The first parties will leave like 20, 30 minutes at the beginning just for people to design, and then for people to present and debate at the end. But yeah, next week, that will be this case, and the week after that, it'll only be presenting economies. But to start, you can come in fresh to a param party with nothing, and it'll still be fun.
Is there a deadline?
We also learn and ask questions, and then when people show their params proposals, then you can ask questions about theirs, like, oh, why did you pick the opening price at this? And then you can even learn more about the parameters, like through communication. And so it's like, even if you don't know anything about it, just come to a params party, start designing, and start asking, and then you'll learn.
And is there a deadline to submit proposals by?
I guess when the vote ends.
Yeah, it'll be about 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from Monday, so 15 days from now.
Okay, cool.
Well, so that will be when we end the voting for the runoff, so you might want to get them a little bit earlier. There's also a chance we extend it. We're going to reassess after about 10 days.
Okay. All right, I don't know if anybody else had any other questions. Those were all mine.
I think you can donate to the TE Commons on Giveth, right? No, we don't have a proposal? Oh my god. We'll have to make one. Absolutely.
Well, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, we've come to the end of the slide deck. We've done learned about TEC. We have about 3 more minutes left, so I think it's good unless anybody else has any burning things that they want to talk about. We can call it a successful community call.
Thank you, Mitch. Thank you, Griff. You guys are heroes. Love you all.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you, everyone.
That joined our call today. Bye.
Thank you.